Hey everybody, how we doing? Happy Wednesday. How's everybody's Wednesday doing so far? What up, too cool? Got Jamie going on a work walk. Chilling, bud. We chilling, Jamie. Got Big Show, Arg, and NB in the house. What's going on, guys? How we living? What up, Hendry? Alright. So we gonna do something a little different tonight. No, he doesn't, John. No, he doesn't. No, that's fake news. Jamie, I should be here, man. Not a problem. I help out the best I can, provided I even have the card. If I don't have it, I can't help them set up. But yeah, I can help out the best I can. Twitch app, I'm pretty sure. I don't like your tone coming in here like that. That's very rude of you. Otani's the GOAT. Everybody knows that. Doing pretty good, Ark. Got a lingering cough I can't really quite seem to shake. It's pretty lame. Did you post that link? No, you can't post links in here. Hey, Vinny. Man, they got their hands full. Sometimes stuff like this just happens, Vinny. There we go. It's a sound of freedom. And I've had a little crisis. That's awesome. Sneaky, sneaky. Shohei Ohtani is currently the best living baseball player that is active in the MLB. He plays for the LA Dodgers, which happens to be my favorite team. And for anybody to suggest that the Dodgers, who routinely collect the best players in baseball, would be thinking of getting rid of the best player in baseball is just... I'd rather get rid of Dave Roberts before we get rid of Ohtani. Gee, I'd let Ohtani coach the Dodgers while he's playing. Great. So we got a runaway trucker spreading lies about Shohei Ohtani. That's what this world needs. Doing pretty good, Godfather. Yeah, that's about the content of the game. Dare I say it? I missed the kickoff countdown? No. No, I don't. It's just an adjustment period. It'll be okay. Chat, clip this. That's what all the cool streamers say, right? That's what I'm saying, man. Let Ohtani coach. It'd be the first player manager in like what, 40 years, 50 years? Let's also be really clear. I'm not exactly sure if Dave Roberts is the best coach in the world. He just coaches for the Dodgers. Like they're in a league of their own when it comes to just raw talent. I mean, they have to be favorites to win the World Series. I don't even care what their record is right now. They've got to be favorites to win the World Series just because of who they are and the talent they put on the field. All right. So Sorry about that. I had a little crisis over here, and bullshitting about baseball seemed like the easiest way to cover it up. Crisis averted, though. Um, so the name of the stream is Viewer's Choice, and I like this idea. I have two possible things that I could talk about today. That I feel where I would add any value to the community. The first one is we could do a super early who do we use for feud talk. We can go through and talk about feud lineups and all that good stuff. Who fits well where and how to construct a good 7. And even talk about some of the more free to play guys, right? Like, you know, here, oops, wrong one. I'm sorry. Ignore. Right, you can just slide Trickeria right here and you instantly have middle line bonus. You could use the ladies version of gender. So we could have an in-depth right on, Godfather. What's it doing? Is it on your end or my end? Let me check that out real quick. I absolutely need to make sure it's not mad at me. Okay, it doesn't look like it's on my end, which is good. Cool. Good. All right, so, okay, yeah, I've checked that. Unfortunately, it's on Godfather's end. So we could talk about oh, so you're come get smacked? Your Godfather? Alright, I put the 2 now. There we go. 2 and 2 together. So we could talk about this. And that'd be perfectly fine. We could sit and talk about this, and I would like to even try to record a video tonight. Like all the big boys do. Woo! Do it live. That was stupid. I'm never doing that again. The other thing that I could talk about, and this comes from one of my boys, was like, hey man, how do I come up with like a list of essential coaches and trainers to work on, especially for talent ups? And I was like, initially my knee-jerk reaction was like, I tried to make that list once. It was trash. But then Scopely did this today. Look at this, right? So say you need to know who the multiplied gems generated by moves will increase their strength by 2. You just put in the search right there. You hit the enter button. Bam. There they all are. Here's all 7 of them. How neat is that, right? This is cool. So we could go over how best to use this website. Merrick's made a video. I know. I was actually one of the comments on there. I was like, hey, I'm 100% going to use this. I don't know how to use it. And then I got the question of like, how do I find these trainers to work up? And I was like, oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Let's say you want to see all the flat gym trainers, right? I think it's probably something like a search term of gym damage increase 12k, and you get, nope, I wonder what the phrase is. Is it as easy as that? Nope. Nope. You know what? I don't need your website. Gyms do 12k more damage. There they are. Here's all of our flat damage trainers and coaches. See? How cool is this? Hey, Clay, what's going on? Appreciate the follow. Yeah, the portal's going to make everyone... Well, it's not going to make the gym damage spreadsheet redundant, but it's going to make a lot of spreadsheets redundant, especially for the nerds like me that likes to look at stuff like this and study stuff like this. Boy, this is really going to help. So there's black, green, purple, red, yellow, and there's no blue because Scopely. Right? So that's the choice. I appreciate you, Clay. I hope you've been finding entertainment in them. And I'm glad you're here live. That's awesome. That's a good point. Why doesn't it show that? Is his verbiage different? It is not different. Oh, that's weird. Why is it doing that? You're right, Vinny. We're all crazy. Clay, that's a wild take. I just want to let you know that's a wild take. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're here, but that's a wild take. All right, well, we got King Sheamus back. We still don't have Hall of Fame Undertaker. Yeah, man, people show up sometimes. It's cool. It's cool. We're the hip new thing. This is the Cool Kids Club. Officially. It's not. It's not the Cool Kids Club whatsoever. But we hang out, we talk about champions, so it's close, right? Actually, we're missing a lot of these flat damage, aren't we? Why? No search results. And now he's there. But he's not in owned? Now he's there. I'm falling out of love with this thing already. Why is it gone? All right, anyway, that's the two options. Oh, Clay, all right, so yeah, Vader wasn't in there either, Vinny. That was really weird. Said about the Tiffy moment, if you didn't have it, you need to make sure to grab it. Okay. Will you actually get Dick Kick Cena if you use the prize wall token to get him? Like, will he be on your roster, or will you just be closer to getting him? Because if you can get Dick Kick Cena, get Dick Kick Cena. He's awesome. Let's look at it a different way. Has anybody seen my game? Cool. It's just disappeared. Game's gone. All right. But it says it's right there. I'm doing great. So it's there. It was being broadcast, but it was not on my screen. Yeah, it was being broadcast, but it was not on my screen anywhere. That was really weird. Go Lunatic, what's going on? So remember that thing we were talking about where the new website was going to make everything super easy? It's not. I was wrong. So maybe it's not viewer choice night. Maybe I just said all of that because to get everybody in here. Use some of the social media influencer tricks. What do they call it? Clickbait? Yeah, Clay. I honestly that was my first time like booting up and going into it. I thought it was going to run just fine, and it didn't compile the way I wanted it to. And now I'm like, I don't even really want to mess with it then. It was a cool idea until the idea was broken. Story of my life. That's exactly what we need, Vinny. Chat, who's going to Money in the Bank? We have a mission for you, if you choose to accept it. What up, B Money? So Godfather, there is a really good chance that this is user error, okay? Like, don't discount that at all. Alright, so the Tiffy time, is there any way to make Tech Keeler better? I think Flex made a video where he one-clicked her. I haven't watched the video yet. But I have seen him talk about it, and he put it out into the world, so it must be true. So the Tiffy time is money, blue gems, yellow gems, pyro gems, botch gems, and then create traps. I don't know a lot about EO, so I can't speak on her. I don't know a lot about LA Knight, so I can't speak on him. I know he's generally guarded as not great. Hey, Yarg. Appreciate the follow, man. Naomi can use the botch gem, which is cool. It definitely helps if you don't have her gear. Obviously, blue gem's great for Tiffy. I thought she did leech gems instead of botch gems. Does this moment even help Tiffy? I guess it's kind of cool for Andrade if you want to use this guy. He's not exactly the worst card in the world, but he ain't great. And then Pyro Gems will help Drew a little bit. It's just one of those hard to get moments, and I think it probably helps Chelsea a little bit as well. You could, Art. Don't worry about it, man. So yeah, it's a decent little moment, right? It's the reason the reason why I value it so much on this prize wall is that this is usually an expensive moment. And since it's relatively available week one, it's about the cheapest you're going to be able to get it. But, you know, if you can get the Kixina, get the Kixina. Like that's that's a, that's the deal to me. um, Lunatic can confirm there's a one-click tech healer moveset. All right, Andy, if you're watching the Money in the Bank on Peacock, you're gonna have to figure out some way to pipe in the Kixina chance. So, Clay, there's a lot of this I kind of sort of like my knee-jerk reaction was agreed to, the remove the kickoff grind and turn it to pay to win. It always was kind of. I mean, you could grind it, yeah, but they capped the events, so there wasn't really much you could do the first 2 days. And yeah, sure, you can grind all the way through the rest of it. By the time you got there, though, your faction was already maxed, and so were you. So like, and most people were buying the $20 or $30 pack just to get a head start in that event anyway. Reducing the armory loot points for using collecting tokens from 8 to 6. The only flip side of that is I hope now they give us more armory tokens. I've already been able to do a 30 pull on armory tokens, and I don't remember doing that quite so early in the month. It's day 2, and I've already done one of these, right? I don't remember doing this on day 2 ever. So that's cool. I didn't get anything, but you know, it's cool. I'm hoping that's the flip. All right, I'm just trying to find the silver lining. I'm not trying to defend. Just this is what I'm hoping. And then I don't know what you're talking about with the flashback to it. Oh, this thing is a month long now? Oh, that's lame. Oh, so now that it's done, it's done? Okay, yeah, that's late. What up, Stinger? How you doing, man? Yeah, that's why I was able to do a 30. Okay. I'm going to continue to reserve judgment then, because I like doing this every week. Hey, Andrew. What's going on, brother? No, I did not, John. I didn't see a need personally this month to do it. So I did not. Yeah, I'm just running the regular. I saw pictures of the half off. There's nothing in there that is worth the half off offer. So I'm just gonna run with this and probably just sit down here and grab a lot of Evo tokens, keys, strap junk. Maybe save up for like this stuff here. I have no interest in any of these shards. I have no interest in any of these belts either. These belts are bad. I don't know what else to say. Like, they're not good belts. These aren't good shards. So I'm just gonna be sitting and stocking up on these guys all month. Does the limited time prize wall connect to the month long? It's the same tokens. Yeah, it's the same stuff. Stinger, save up. Get these guys here. I usually buy like 3 or 4 of these. Well, maybe 2 or 3 of these a month. Just whatever I know I'm low on, I'll pick it. Because it's not about these. I don't care about the gold tokens so much. I like stuff like this. 18 bazookas is, you know, a significant chunk. 25 diamonds. It's a significant chunk. Yeah, I don't have Jacqueline or Trick Austin because I don't have the 50% off. Yeah, the TV bundles are. I mean, you get this one. Yay. Eh. Eh. It's not great. I don't think it's really the worst, but it ain't great. I agree with you. Lots of coin everywhere, though. I mean, that's not bad. That's 4,000 for 1,000. Clay, I may actually do the same thing. Lee from Champions Chat went over this particular box, and I swear he might have been lurking on stream as I went through and talked about this box, because it was, I mean, it was almost note for note the same kind of idea. Yeah, there's some great stuff in here. Nobody's getting that great stuff. There's so much other stuff that is unuseful for me. Let's put it that way. That I'm not going to pull this box. I'm not going to test it. I don't want this. I don't want Miz at 6-star gold. I'm cool. I don't need that in my life. But I don't have Shinsuke. And he's a good trainer. So I'd really like to have Shinsuke. Trick Austin is in the weekly prize. Well, yeah. Hoping to get it cheaper. Not worth it at all. Get right, Nightmare? Can't wait to pull your 6-star gold Bushwhacker? Yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen. Our truths for everybody. What's the... Really? Okay. Let's... What would be the worst to get from this? Like, the worst. Our truth is somewhat salvageable as a card. At least Logan Paul's a decent trainer. Bushwhacker's a really good call. I think Miz would be a terrible get. Ford's kind of a Queen Zelina might be the worst. Almost would be really disappointing. But is there one that's just like screams more than the other ones? Like, ew, gross. Thrasher. Thrasher's the gross one. You want to sell the 6-star gold chest? Yeah, but at least Trickster Stacy you can work up and make pretty decent. I think Bushwhacker's a really good argument. I think Thrasher's a really good argument. I think Awesome Miz is a pretty good argument for just like, man, I don't want those. Okay, so Lunatic, I know you're in here somewhere. Unfortunately, my friend, we were looking through here. I was even going to do a poll. I was going to be like, hey, let's, you tell me what we want. And then the first thing I did was search for this. Gems do 1,200 more damage. So this should trigger all of the flat gem damage coaches and trainers. Especially if you click all here. And where you instantly miss a handful right out of the jump. And I don't know how to get them back. If you click over to owned, certain ones will show up. And then other ones will disappear, obviously, because I don't own them. But yeah, so this is very disappointing to me. Just off the rip. What happens if you just search for something like this? It's kind of cool. And this guy shows up, but he doesn't show up under. Huh, weird. Not gonna lie though, I'm not mad about this. This is pretty cool. It'd be nice if you could sort them by trainers and coaches instead of just entourage. Isn't there somebody who generates 5 though? Yeah, right? So they're right there. That's super frustrating. Yeah, okay. I was going to make a video about this. I don't want to. Not right now. Not until I figure out, like, why it's doing that. That's super frustrating to me. Yeah, Boss Man kind of killed, right? It was pretty cool. Thank you, Jay. That's funny. I like that. And maybe it's just where like they're still parsing data into it, and like they got to let everything kind of settle and stuff. It's cool in concept. I really like the concept, man. I just don't like. I can't put out a video with that. I wouldn't get anywhere. Quite frankly, I just get frustrated. Maybe next week. It's still a great idea. I still want to make a video about it. I just can't right now. This is hilarious. I'm taking a screenshot of this. So, surprise, no viewer's choice. We're just going to talk about Feud. Is it too early to talk about Feud? I don't think so. I don't think it's too early to talk about Feud. Never too early to talk about Feud. Nice, Nightmare. That's pretty solid. Alright, we'll talk about Feud. It won't be wasted time. We'll learn something. Or at least we'll talk about something. Asuka Maxine gonna feast. You're absolutely right. Showboat Rhea. I think Showboat Rhea is always gonna feast though, isn't she? I don't have her, so I have no real world knowledge of her. I've seen some videos. She looks dope. Yeah, it's column gym move, red gym move, drip yeet combo. I don't think I can help yet with Lyra. I'm shard locked. I'll double check, but I think I'm shard locked. And game locked, clearly. This is the third time I've had to restart this. This is frustrating. What was I going to do here? I was going to... But I somehow magically found defensive aggro shards. Be right back making stupid decisions. Why am I doing this? It's not talent up. I'm just evolving. I'm not going to have enough shards to YOLO, but I'm definitely bringing a 6-star bronze because if not now, when? You know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll put me on the talent up leaderboard and I'll get some extra stuff from that. Yeah, I'm not going on any leaderboard. Dude, I'm Clay. Clay, I'm with you, 100%. Sign me up. I'll show up to the group. I'll bring coffee. I have been struggling with defensive acrobat shards since whenever Tiffy was released. I've been struggling since Tiffy. Did you get the Don Betray Ray moment then? Everything I say is my opinion and suggestion, man. If you want to do something, do it. Clearly, I just brought up... I've already maxed my talent up, and I brought up Lyra from, 5-star gold to 6-star bronze. I got lucky with Indy. I was stuck on Indy for a while, and I fell into a bunch of her shards. But Lyra and Special Edition Cena are going to hang where they're at. I got Special Edition Cena at 5-star silver, I think. And well, you see where I'm at with Lyra. I just feel I'll probably use Lyra more often. All right, Benny, what are we talking about here? You're looking for Eagles. I'm sorry. It's no longer viewer's choice. This is clickbait to get people in here to see what I was talking about. So welcome in. Appreciate you coming back, Eagles. But you get no choice. We're talking about feuds. 1,000? Yo, bro. I'll tell you what. You DM me. I'll send you over my my Zelle information. And you make it so I can do 1,000 pulls. I'll do 1,000 pulls. No problem. You hook me up. Shoot, just send me the digits over. You know the digits. Not the 10 digits, the 16. 15 if you're really baller. We'll do it. I'm in. 30 bits. It's something. It's a factor of 30, I'm sure. Alright, so we're talking column break. Red Gem's buff, which would be this one here. So 5 and 6, that's decent. What do we do to load? So you're just thinking straight triple or tricolor. God, it's gonna go huge, but how do you get loaded? Hey, Cubes. What's going on, man? Well, what do our feud perks look like? Let's see if they get some. Nope. Maybe we get some help here. Um, Godfather, I'm doing that right now. I think it's to unlock each level here. Um, Vinny, I think you are going to have to use props. Um, and the perks would have to be high nightmare. You're absolutely right. So, right on, Cubes. Well, thanks for making me part of your morning routine for a day. Um, you don't want me to do your feuds for you. I'm trash at feuds. Everybody knows this. No, you good, man. You good. I just noticed it literally 45 seconds ago. But you have to have these to unlock this. So everybody go max their talent up. I did not get a starter pack, Xandal. A cup of Folgers and stream on Slim. Slim on stream? You know what I'm saying. Okay, so this is like, isn't this overkill? This is overkill. What is it really 1200? Yeah, I'm still running twos, Xandal. Does it give you? Oh, well, here's one, Vinny. There's one. There's two. There's three. I think they do. Yeah, I think the Steel Cage rules will stack with the perks because the Steel Cage perks are generally additive buffs, and so are feud perks. They're additive buffs as well. I think. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure they're additive. So, if you can figure out how to get this sucker to level 6, I don't know where you get the rest of the weird little turnbuckles from, though. That's Tor. I'm an idiot. My bad. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. Yeah, never mind. You're boned. You're going to have to use props. It's Cajun. Man, it's a little, this can be difficult. Like, I'm clicking the wrong button to go to the feud page. Because then you make a mistake, then you get all self-conscious. You're like, oh my god, I can't believe I just screwed up in front of dozens of people. And then you got people calling you out on it. You're like, hey, dummy, you're doing stupid stuff. And I'm like, oh no, I'm stupid now. And then it just compounds and it's snowball downhill. And all of a sudden, I'm shutting off the stream and crying in a corner for a little while and drowning my sorrows in Bud Light. It's a slippery slope, man. Internet, not even once. Don't you put that voodoo on me, Rusty Graves. That's scary. I feel like that's like infringing on intellectual property. Professor's going to come in here and sue me. I ain't got money for a lawyer. You say no. was I talking about? I was talking about something. Okay, yeah, so, like, yeah, that Lyra is going to be pretty... Needs to add blurbs. See, again, you guys are talking to me about, like, infringing on stuff. I don't need to do that. Mm-mm. I don't need any law in my life. So what are we doing here? We're looking at these, I think. I think Rusty has a favorite. The heir apparent, man. I don't know about. I don't know. I will say I recognize that we have similar voice timbres, like the kind of baritone, relatively radio voice quality. I get that. I understand that. So I get the comparison in that sake. The professor is way cooler than I will ever be. I also recognize that too. No middle lane setup? That's cool. I'll definitely take a look at that here in a second. I guess I need to work on my enunciation a little bit. Alright, so reinforces column breaks, cross breaks. Sorry, let me switch over to the Discords real quick. Let me take a look. It's a big show. You even need Sansa, Big Show? I don't think you need Sansa if you have a middle line bonus, right? Alright, so we get +1 here, because let's... Alright, let's be very clear. At the very least, everybody can run this, right? Disagreement or conflict between parties. That sounds like every Xbox party I've ever been in. I think Discord's probably pretty appropriate. Rusty's over here dropping knowledge in the chat. And using big words like antonym. Y'all trying to call me professor? This man's over here giving an English lesson. Y'all get out of here. Alright. Where's my shiny new Lyra? Let's look. Alright, so we're getting 1 here. Because obviously we can at least put this Rhea here. Alright. And then, and then we were looking at this move here. And then make the blues. Rusty, don't speak that evil into the world. All of you guys need to stop this evil. You don't have to talk about this evil in the world. Next month, we really are going to have steel cage passes. And it's going to be all y'all's fault. All y'all's fault. I'm going to blame all of you. I'm saving this VOD forever. Rusty, what if it was a community vote? Never mind. No, no, it shouldn't. So this is 665. $5,000 free keys each week. Oh no. Oh no. All right. That'll be fine. Sure. We'll do that. And then we find, where's my man's in him? There we go. Then we do that. Yeah, this goes dummy. This goes real big. Sure, with the Hall of Fame Snoop in there, and then probably what? Zombie Gunther? Ozzy? Yeah, sure, Ozzy would be fine. So we're making 29 of these guys. And those guys get a 200% buff. That's nice. I can't imagine that this doesn't hit for an absolute metric ton. There's just no way it doesn't. 29 to 200% boosted moves, and then you're getting a multiplicative buff on everything that turns blue. That's the wrong red move. My bad. Sorry. When we throw out 34 blues, most of which are going to land on those, which is going to hit the multiplicative buff, that's going to go big, man. It's got to be just gnarly. You don't have to run Santa, I don't think. Right? I don't think you'd have to run Santa. No, that's 4, 5, including yourself. But middle line bonus, yeah, you don't need no Santa. What else do we get from middle line other than +1? 50% multiplied gem damage. What do you get down here? Purple submissions, charge degree move. Who cares? Yeah. That's good. That's good stuff. Yeah, no, exactly. You definitely drop a Yeet Drip combo on this. I mean, you're skyrocketing damage. Do I have a decent plate for her? Yeah, that's going to be hers right there. I think. You know what? I like that one better. Boom. All right. We're locked and loaded with Lyra right there. That's a good call. That's going to go huge. All right. What do we got? Reinforces, cross breaks, yellow gems, red gems. So, like, obviously, if you got her, it's going to go bonkers. Asuka always goes bonkers, though. You don't need buffs for her. She's just going to annihilate. The other one that's going to annihilate here is... Oh, wait, the 50% gem damage will hit because of the JD drip plate over here. That's just mean, dude. That's mean. Yeah, that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be so fun. Is there a chance that Maxine does more damage than Asuka because of feud perks? Because of this right here? I bet there is. I bet Maxine hits harder than Asuka does. Especially if you had gear. With the reinforces doing 100% more? Yeah, dude. And you get the moment out of it? And you get the other moment out of it? Eyeball math says that Maxine Dupree does more damage than Asuka this feud. Yeah, she does. So the feud perks get green gem damage, gets reinforced gem damage. If you have the gear, you get 100% reinforced gem damage. If you have the moments, you get 100% green. Right? That's a lot already. She's got a move that's a multiplicative buff. It's 175 on green gem damage. So all of those other numbers I just said will get multiplied by this, which is a huge number. And then she's going to catch 200% reinforces right there. Yeah, I bet she does. And then if you wanted to get really sneaky, like super sneaky, you throw a Piper's Plate on her and proc it twice using this plate right here. Yeah, I think Maxine absolutely out-hits Asuka with all the bells and whistles. Asuka's gonna be fine. Anything else sneaky here? Maybe, I mean, for those that are struggling in Showboat Ladies, Maurice probably isn't a bad call. Green Rumble Plate's a good call too. I wonder what actually does more damage there. All of those mega buffed gems get tossed out again, or adding 200% additive that gets hit by that. That's almost a 6 one-way, half a dozen kind of scenario. Because you got to think, when you're adding, I mean, that's a big percentage number. That's a big number. Sounds like a job for the spreadsheet. I don't have the spreadsheet set up right now. Well, why is the damage calculator not coming up? I thought I saw it for a second. It's right there. It is just not a good day for me in technology. No spreadsheet, no website. None of it's working. So what, you might have ate earlier today? What? What's up, Ike? Oh well. So can't get spreadsheet working. That's frustrating. Can't get the website working. That's frustrating. I had the game estate stable for a little bit. Some kind of spread thing. Yeah. All right. So I think we're kind of started getting into the area of nitpicking. Both of these will turn one instantly. Tekla will do fine, I think. Because she'll eat off of the yellow gem damage right here. That's about all she'll get, but she'll get 100%. What type of setup are you thinking about, Jamie? I'll help if I can. Why is this Liv Morgan raw and the other Liv Morgan is not raw? Can somebody explain that to me? She's right there. That's a Liv Morgan. Promise you. But you can use this Liv Morgan? Excuse me? Oh, here we go. Well, gee willikers, Batman. Problem solved. Why fight about which one's going to do better when you can just run both of them? For the record, I'm probably running Listeria. Maybe it was a little bit of a rhetorical question there, Nightmare. It is odd, though, right? Like, I mean, maybe they'll fix it by feud. I mean, do we still have Rusty? Hey, Rusty, talk to your boys. Get them to do some little clicky-clacky behind the keyboards and help the community out. I guess we put Lyra there, too. "100% Hall of Fame striker strat. DDP is set up as power gem based, so it doesn't really need it. Correct. Hogan is the same. Correct. Set the plates for Hall of Fame angle, run in triple blue, which creates and then destroys multiplies. Aha! Okay, so you're going to run into a bunch of weird little peccadillos about angle and plates because he is a sub base card. This is cool. We're going to deviate real quick. I'm not going to save the lineup. I can remember that. This is cool, though. Let's talk about it. Do you have the gear for Kurt Angle by any chance, Jamie? Now, I'm going to go on record in saying that I don't think Kurt Angle is necessarily the best idea. because he is sub-based, he is always going to be turn 2. He is intrinsically slower than both. Well, I'm not sure about Hall of Fame Hogan, but he is intrinsically slower than Hall of Fame DDP. It just is what it is. Cool. All right, so we're gonna have the same setup because I don't have the gold gear either, which is what makes him really hit. But this is what makes him easy. Is the all color move start with 4. Okay. What you're gonna want is actually a subplate of some sort. Well, hold on. You said you're gonna run him triple blue. What's the third blue move here? Cool. Can't run him triple blue, so I'm assuming this is the setup you're talking about. All right, cool. Yeah, no, that's all good. I figured. So, when you're talking about plates, gym damage strap is absolutely what you want. Obviously, I don't have it. Good night, Vinny. You have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you as always. Lawler, Sherry, Z Gunther, and Howdy. Okay. But these are... How are you starting loaded? Lawler is 4. 1 for yourself is 5. You don't need Lawler at all, actually. Yeah, I just thought about it. So what you want instead is Lex, Sherry. Whoops. This is going to be my Howdy. I don't have Howdy, and there's no way I can duplicate Howdy. I just don't. I just ain't got it like that. Where'd he go? Yeah, so gears 4, 5 for yourself. 6 has to come from somewhere. So it's either Santa or it's Luger or a blue MP trainer, right? Since Luger will give you 2 extra multiplies, that's the one that makes the most sense to me. And probably what I would run. So here's our setup right here. Howdy makes it even better, of course, obviously. I don't think anybody's debating that. You're going to throw out an additional 12 multiply gems if you keep all your countdowns, which is baller. It's fantastic. I just can't run that way. So everything you see will be less damage than what you can do, especially since you're running 100% gem damage strap. So here are the pitfalls that you're going to run into. Is any plate that isn't a 2-turn plate, right? So this is a 2-turn plate, and they've designed it this way on purpose because this submission move will click one of your turns. So you'll generate the submission move, and they'll try to kick out of it, and then it'll go to the AI, and I believe that clicks one of these turns down, and you have only 1 left, I think. Let's double check. Let's double check. And I'm going to double check it off of... Where's one of the super subplates? Yeah, so even these are a 2-turn, right? So I think you only get 1 turn out of it because I think the submission move will eat one of the turns and then you get the increase for the 2nd turn. I haven't tested that, so don't take me at face value. I have an education session with another content creator who's going to graciously spend some time with my dumb ass and explain how all of this works a lot better, which is awesome, and I appreciate him in advance. But anything else that isn't a 2-turn won't work. The other idea you could put here, so the other problem with angle, right, is you're not turning gems into any particular color. It's rainbow. You don't get to choose. So literally any of these style plates are going to be fantastic. And I actually like the multiple color ones because it increases your area of effectiveness, right? So if you put like the pentaplate would make the most sense because the pentaplate is based on black. But it only works on black, where the baddest jacket is black and yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow. So you're going to catch more damage up from these two. It also helps that Angle, one of his main colors is yellow, right? So if you go look at his base gem stats, black is always going to be the best. His second best is actually yellow. So you're catching his two best gems. Right on, Lunatic. You have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping by. It was a great idea that you had. The website wasn't